I'm a beautiful baby father of 4, baby. But my wife now is a fairly used woman of 4.
He's a married man that has a TikTok account and usually goes live on TikTok to beg for gifts. And this particular live, they were having a discussion about marriage and talking about why women usually leave marriages these days. These days, men usually leave. They don't wait like their mothers. So he's saying now that at his age, he still gets girls, 20 years old girls, that come to his DM and calls him baby. But his wife, after 4 children, can never get anybody that will call her baby because she's fairly used. Let me show you the video.
Ladies, I'm not attacking you. I'm telling you, get married. Now, secondly, lastly, again, before one comes in, thank you, Tibag. For those of you in marriage, why do I not want you? Why do I want you? Thank you so much. Why do I want you to keep your marriage? Ladies, why am I emphasizing on you? Now, a man, I'm almost 50. Although I don't look it so much. I'm almost 50 years. I'm just a year and a half away from 50. Or less than a year and a half away from 50. But there's something you have to understand. Girls of 25 years are still entering my inbox to still say hello. I look 60, yeah, just no problem. I look let's add it 10 to make it 70. I look 70, no problem. Now, girls of 25 years are still in my inbox, telling me, oh, calling me baby. I'm still being called baby. Think about it. Baby. I'm still being called baby. Now, my wife, a boy of 25 who calls my wife a baby, must be checked into a mental health home. A boy of 25 who calls my wife baby has to be checked into a, he's a gold digger. He must be looking for paper. I'm a beautiful baby father of 4, baby. But my wife now is a fairly used woman of 4, fairly used mother of 4, fairly used mother of 4. But I'm a baby father of 4, baby father of 4. Yeah, think about it.
That word fairly used.
Yeah, it doesn't change the truth. The truth has to be said. Now my wife is a fairly used mother of 4. Then the girls are calling me.
Let's be ignoring the words and getting the message. That's always the problem. People are taking
Yeah,
the words and not
emotions,
getting the
emotions.
message.
Thank you, madam.
It's too
Emotions,
much. This is
emotions
why
are
I'm
just too
here.
much. That
Stop
is why
listening to the
most
use
times
of
they
words.
don't get X at all.
Jesus
If they
Christ.
listen to X, they will find out that let them remove their emotions. They would not be pained. Let them remove their
Exactly.
emotions.
Because to be
Emotions is
honest,
a
there are a lot of
biggie.
masculine
If
women
Unaya
that
don't
they,
know what the word is
no.
smile for here, they look her. You know why? X. As I see her, they remember my wife.
Oh, ladies,
Problem.
ladies, please. Forget about I just make it a bit, tasty. That's why I use those words. I'm not trying to run anybody down. But again, I'm still called baby by girls of 21, 22. Hello, baby. You're looking, when they call me baby,
After that particular clip went viral, a lot of women were coming for him. A lot of women were like, your wife must not see this. Your wife, why would you call your wife fairly used? Why are you comparing your wife to a car? Why? Why do you see your wife like that? If 20-year-olds are calling you baby, why do you think a 20-year-old calling your wife baby is mentally ill? Like, it doesn't speak well of you. People were coming for him, right? So it went live again. And you guys will be shocked what the wife said. Okay? The wife was saying that, yes, she's fairly used. She's secondhand. She said it.
my wife. So the problem now, come again. What did you say? Please come. Come. What did you say? Sorry. Come. What did you say?
I'm no longer a new wife. Anybody marrying me now is marrying a second-hand wife.
A second-hand wife. Okay, Dad, did you hear that?
Definitely.
Heard that. I mean, they should this one to go viral. Oh. This one should go viral.
Host, I beg, post this one. Host, post them. Post this one. Make she talk out loud.
You need to talk aloud, I beg.
Guys, sleep am. Can somebody record it, please? Madam, come close. I don't want you to show the screen, but just come.
When a man disrespects his wife or disrespects women online and is owning into his full chest that yes, I'm disrespecting women. In fact, this is what I call my wife, and the wife is also shining teeth and laughing and acknowledge it. I just feel like sometimes we should stop fighting for these women because some of them like it. They like being disrespected. Because why would you know that your husband called you fairly used online and you're confirming it that yes, you're fairly used, you're second hand because you already have 4 kids? Does he not have 4 kids as well? Why a 20-year-old calling him baby, okay? But when a 20-year-old call you baby or want to talk to you or want to ask you out, he's mentally sick. I have your reaction on this video. Let's watch some videos together. Then we'll come back and discuss.
Guys, watch this.
Still called baby by girls of 21, 22. Hello, baby. You're looking, when they call me baby, I blush. Baby, But my wife now is a fairly used mother of 4. Fairly used. So, again, a boy going after her will be, his mental health will be checked.
Can you see the man that is calling his wife fairly used? Fairly used indeed. So men will just come out, open their mouth, wah. You open your mouth, wah, you vomit rubbish. Your wife is fairly used. When you come out, girls are calling you baby, baby, baby. Too short that let your wife dress. Let she smell nice. Let she look good. Even without even doing all those things that you think that she's not even doing. Like dressing up, looking good. If she still step out, there are people that are still admiring her. There's people that is calling her baby. You think it's only you that people are calling baby? And even to even think about it, who is even calling you baby? Look at the way you are looking, nigga. And you are calling somebody fairly used. Fairly used with 4 children. Fairly used. How is it even testing in your mouth as you even vomit that kind of rubbish? How is it sounding in your ear? Mr. Man. I don't even understand these men these days. They will just come on live. I don't... Oh, God. Before it was Solomon Butchie that we are busy following up and down. When he's saying rubbish, our ears scratching. This one now have come and vomit his own. Why do you hate your wife so much and you are still staying with her? You are still married to her? Make it make sense to me, because it's not making sense to me. Calling the love of your life somebody that have like the mother of your kids, your children, fairly used. Really bad though. Very, very bad. But shall let me know your take on this in the comment section.
I have girls of 20, 21, 22 calling me baby. And on top of that, my wife is a fairly used mother of 4 girls. And the so-called wife was busy smiling, opening her teeth, laughing. And she even came to defend the so-called husband. No, what he means is that I have given birth. So because you're giving birth, you're now a fairly used mother. And because you gave birth to girls, you're now a fairly used mother of 4 girls. You needed to see the man talking. A 4-foot man. A man that is not even tall to stand up to his problem. A man that is not even tall to stand up on the ground. 4 feet. Women, what will you not marry? And not just the wife was smiling, we've got other women on that live section smiling and defending this man. Who did we offend? Who bewitched you, women? And probably the wife will still be there with him because the wife is fairly used, mother of 4 girls, and he has so many other young ladies, 20, 21, 22, calling him baby. Ow, 4-foot man. There's nothing you guys will not do to get married. And the annoying part is this man will shame mothers, will shame single mothers, will shame even his own wife and single ladies, and the majority of his fans and supporters are girls. I saw the live yesterday. I couldn't believe it. Today again, I have to watch the recap. I just wanted to understand if it was actually a woman smiling, if it was actually...
I just watched a video of a man who called his wife on a TikTok live with another woman there, a fairly used mother of 4. That's what he used to describe her. Listen, if you marry a man that hates you, you will suffer. And if you also marry a man that has a TikTok for no reason and goes to TikTok live, and he is not a counselor or anything like that, and I mean by qualified counselor, not somebody who just sits there and talks about things, especially when it comes to relationships, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. If you marry a man who has a TikTok for no reason, and he goes on TikTok live and is asking for gifts, and if you marry a man that hates you, you'll be in trouble. How are you going to call your wife a fairly used mother of 4? And he was there on the live stream saying that because she's a fairly used mother of 4, there are, what was he saying? She's not likely to marry someone else. By him at his age, he's got 20-year-olds calling him babe, babe. Do you know why 20-year-olds are calling you babe, babe when you're 50? Because their frontal lobes are not developed enough to realize that by the time you're 55, diabetes will obviously probably would have taken you with that weight that you're carrying. Honestly. And that's why they like younger people, because they don't realize, they don't know, they don't understand. I get so tired. The internet is a tedious place. But anyway, I thought I would let you know.
He made a response video after being dragged on the internet, trying to explain what he meant by calling his wife fairly used. Of course, he's going to make a response video because he was dragged, you guys. A lot of people came for him in the comment section, making videos and bashing him and his wife and all of that. So he made a response video clearing the hair and trying to tell us how responsible he is as a man, how he respects women by making his wife a wife, and how he has been married for 17 years, and that make him responsible and respectful to women. I just wish that you should have just made that video. Let me show you all the video.
Hi, I know you may have come across a video of me trending where I called my wife a fairly used woman. I'm going to give you the context. Number one, just use your brain. Now let's go. Anybody with a functional brain will know that a 30-second video does not represent facts. Let me repeat. Anybody whose brain is functional will understand that a 30-second video which somebody cut was intended for blackmail. Now, how do I mean? What is the background to the video? I was dealing with a topic on my platform called marriage failure, causes of marriage failure. The lady on the screen asked me a question about something I said. And I was illustrating, I was making an illustration about a woman living. And this is a joke I make on my platform. This is not the first. I make this joke from time to time. So I was trying to explain to her that it's a 25-year, that women should not be jumping out of their marriages as we are seeing today in the Western world, our sister is doing. I said, now, for example, there are no men out there waiting for you as a divorced woman, especially when you've had children. I said the marriage market is already saturated. I was explaining something, but what this guy did was to use a lady I don't know, went into my inbox, into that page, cut off something, gave to somebody to post, somebody who doesn't know me, somebody who I don't know. Somebody did it, cut it off, gave to that lady, then went to the lady's post and took it and posted on his wall, just to ridicule me. This particular guy has been telling people, he calls my platform a shrine. He tells the girls that I am a shrine, that they are shrine worshippers, that they should stop coming to my platform. So he went and cut a section of that video and gave to somebody to post, then went and reposted the person's video. Now let me explain to you. So I was explaining that it is not easy for you to find a husband when you jump out of your marriage. I said, I use my own wife. I said, for example, a mother of 4 is no longer brand new. I use these words. I just joke. I play a lot on my platform. If you come to my platform, I said, a fairly used mother of 5. If you see, I was laughing. Like my wife now, my fairly used wife, mother of 4. My wife, who is a fairly used mother of 4. I was laughing. I was joking. If she jumps, and people were laughing as well. If she jumps out of the marriage, to go and marry go and marry a 25-year-old boy. That any 25-year-old boy who comes for her, that people will be asking her, the boy, are you well at all? However, that if me, for example, I'm 40-something years old, that at my age, the young ladies are still coming into my inbox, calling me baby. This guy just went and cut off that section to use for the purpose of cheap blackmail. People have been on his post. People who were on the live have gone to his post to ask him, can you please post the entire video? He continues deleting their comments. The ladies who were there, who went to challenge him on his video, he deleted their comments. Look, let me tell you, the truth has to be said. A woman who has had 4 children is not brand new. I even used other words to, to try to, I used an analogy of a car. I said, some cars are, if you marry for the first time, you're brand new. Then if you've been married before, you're Belgium. Then if you've been married twice, you're Nigerian. I was just making a jest. I normally make this jest on my wall. Life is not that very serious. Now, let's even look at the post itself. Was there any lie in what I said? Even when I called my wife yesterday, in the presence of everyone, I called her because my wife is not on social media. I called her to explain to her here. She was laughing. She said, am I brand new? I'm no longer 25. I'm no longer 35. I'm in my 40s. Why are people worried? She said, am I brand new? I have 4 children. Will I tell myself that she said it on live here. She was personal and I called her. Look, my guy, go get something doing. You talk about me disrespecting women. I disrespect no woman, but I say the truth. The world is now men are now afraid to speak up. Men are now afraid. Any man who talks like a man they use men like you to fight the person, talk down on the person. My brother, what I said is the truth. It may not be palatable to hear, but it is the truth. I'm not going to encourage people to jump out of their marriages and just make children and jump out of their marriages and leave children, fatherless. The results are there. Now, you talk about me disrespecting women. Remember, I've been married to one woman for the past 17 years. It will be good for somebody to respect a woman for 17. At least keep a wife. Keep a wife. That is a way to show that you respect women. Keep a wife. I have been keeping one. I have one wife. The best way to show respect to a woman is to keep her as a wife. So I don't take lectures from people who cannot keep women. The best way to keep a woman is to keep her as a wife, not to marry her and throw her away. That is what I have done to keep this woman, this wonderful woman. And anybody who has come to my platform knows how highly I speak of my wife. Everybody knows how highly I speak of my wife. I have a wonderful wife who knows her position. My relationship with my wife is not determined by what you say on social media. The attempt to maybe try to put a wedge will not work because our marriage is not about social media. My marriage is about how I treat my wife. Our marriage is not about social media. So the best way for the person leading this blackmail against me, please, my brother, the best way to respect a woman is to marry her and keep her as a wife. That is the way. So marry one, keep her as a wife, and then we begin to talk. I owe no one no apologies. I owe no one no understanding. The truth is the truth. Stay in your marriages. I owe you no understanding, no apologies. Goodbye.
If you're saying because you're married to your wife for 17 years, that makes you a responsible man, or that makes you a good person, or that makes the marriage good or something, with the kind of way your wife responded to the viral clip about you calling her fairly used, that kind of woman will stay with you even 100 years, even though she's not happy. That kind of woman, she's going nowhere. Because for her to accept that she's actually second-hand as a used car, she's going nowhere because she feels like, who is going to accept her? Who is going to want her? She feels like she's with you, or you are doing her a favor for her being with you. Like, she's not going to go anywhere. So if she's with you, or you guys are married for 17 years, that does not mean that you're a good person. That doesn't mean you respect women. The way some of these men think and the confidence that they have when they kind of look down on women amaze me. The fact that he's saying that there's nothing wrong with what he said, and that is how most of these men, if you listen to what, this man is a Nigerian man, so I'm not even shocked. I see when a Nigerian man, especially people from this tribe, when I hear them talk or speak outside about women, about their wives, I'm always shaking my head like, God, I pity your wife. Like, I just pity your wife. And when you now hear the wife talk and defend them, and you be like, when would these people have sense? Like, when would these people actually have sense and know that this is wrong? Why are you comparing your wife to an object? Why is your wife fairly used? Because she gave birth to 4 children for you. And you, even after 4 children, you're not fairly used. You're good looking. People are calling you baby. So 20-year-old just enter your DM and calling you baby. What do you call them back? Are you openly even telling us that you're cheating on your wife? Because that's what it sounds like. You're openly telling us that, yes, you communicate with 20 years old online and they call you baby because they want to baby you, or because you're sending them. I don't know. I don't actually care. But the fact that you see that as not disrespecting women, you guys. And to think that women are the one following. In fact, if you listen later on to the live videos, or like, if you listen without emotion, you will understand that what he's saying is true. You guys, when I tell you that it's going to take a long time for women in Nigeria to have sense, I'm not joking, because a lot of them they don't understand. Like, they don't want to have sense. Seriously, I'm just going to say that. It's going to take a very long time. And even the one in the live that was laughing, because I see nothing funny about another man bashing his wife online and calling his wife fairly used, whereby he is not fairly used. So you think your wife can give birth to 4 children and you have 4 kids, you are not fairly used. If you can call your wife fairly used after 4 kids, you are also fairly used. And what makes you think that your wife is not going to be good looking after 4 kids? What makes you think that once a woman gives birth, she's gone? Because you know what they usually call women after they give birth? If you're giving birth to 1 or 2, they call you after 1 kid. That's the way they kind of downgrade you as a woman after you've put to bed. That's why most of the time some men, when they ask you like, have you given birth, they're always shocked when they say that you're still looking good, you're still good looking after that much children that you already have. Because the mentality that they have in their head is once you have kids, that's the end of your life as a woman. You're no longer good looking, nobody's going to admire you. And so when they are admired, or when they admire you, or when they like you, or when they start asking you out and they realize that you have this much children, they're always shocked and they always feel like you're lying or something. It's just so sick to see him actually come and defend himself and still stick to the fact that his wife is still fairly used. And that is not a joke, mister. You cannot joke like that and compare your wife to an object and say it's a joke openly. Because now you're saying it's a joke. At the same time, you're saying that you meant it. And it's not a joke. It's not a joke because it's not funny. A joke is something that you crack and everybody's laughing. We're not laughing because it's not funny. Women that know their words, women that knows women's words, know that is not a joke. There's nothing funny about that. Saying that your wife is fairly used just because she has 4 kids. And when a 20-year-old man come and asks her out or calling her baby, then the man is to go and check him because he's not well. Hey, God, I beg. You guys, what's your take on this video? Let's continue the conversation down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Mary Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.